to make it. Whereas JDG may get that opportunity. Hoping actually I've got the points off actually significantly dangerous. Which I want to say it was BLG who did it, as Zero just gone on in. Ends up across the Valkyrie though, which was a bit scary. Turning around now as Pays has managed to increase his cultivation level enough to allow for a flash forward from Shun. But this, it's a big tool to use to only vaguely chunk out Jaw. Turn around with the Solar Flare, flag and drag. Jaw is the front liner for now. Will likely go down, but goes in with the Zenith Blade. In comes the Scion, forcing the flash out of Palkia. Flash over for the Roar of the Slayer to the Decimating Smash. Won't get the knockup. Good damage back with the Comet Spear. Kill on the Jaw. The health bar's not particularly healthy for EDG. Ill bars. Public execution, that's onto Scion. In comes the hook after. Good turnaround. Xiaoshu now in danger, but Grand Starfall coming back around. ZDZ been left out alone, tries to flash away. Draco stepping. Scout with a wonderful bit of execution. Xiao needs to back away. Does go down though to the Comet Spear. A Decimating Smash. And the team fight's all going very wrong for Edward, who are not doing very much gaming right now. Worlds is on the line. JDG right now. After a flying start in game 1. Teleport topside. ZDZ probably does need to be a bit careful here. In fact, I don't think he's been very careful at all. Will publicly execute to buy himself some time. But there's an onslaught of... And it's unstoppable enough to make ZDZ stop. In they go. Jumping onto Palkia, who gets mashed. Absolutely tack. For Clockwork Wind-Up. Honestly, with this build, Nash's probably isn't awful, actually. Try and get an engager. Jaw goes on in, force the flash out of Angel. Gets tipped over the Shockwave to turn around onto Scout. Tried to get the fast R1 into the E-flip. Scout goes down with the public execution. EDG playing this one well. Finally tried it back, but of course, Pays is still dashing around. Arc of Ruin comes on down. 2 for 1 in favor of EDG. I thought Scout had gotten that Orianna, but there's the value of the rower. Xiaoshu flashing out. Decimating Smash is threatening. Flashing on forwards with the Valkyrie, with the Ilgo. Pays survives. They can't kill him. They just can't kill him. The Arc of Judgment to give him another assist. Angel survives the onslaught from Scout. Hit with the Shuriken Fit with the perfect execution. But there's still a Grand Starfall and Angel. Oh, he's gonna get ace. No, Comet Spear goes wide. Flash out. Should have to work a little harder for it than I think he was expecting. And ZDZ gets a nice lineup for the public execution to show Akali how the ult should really be named. But it doesn't really lead in the end to the win that EDG needed. We're back to live. Shahal has picked up the Herald. The problem is they're now trapped in their own jungle, and this time there is no kill onto Scout. Pays gets one, Scouts get the other. Herald secured at the cost. Oh, Xiaoshu gonna get jumped on. And the double empowered recalls. We're waiting to see whether they get something down as Angel is also here. Xiaoshu likely dead. He's got a bounty on him. It's donated over to ZDZ. Not bad. He'd already lost mid lane turret. Pays is running up the river, but Pays is kind of alone here. How did Pays end up there? Just managed to get over the wall with the RE. Transcends himself into untouchable shadow. Could potentially get over the wall here with that. ZDZ now being jumped on by Shun with the shield vault. Trying to dash away with the Dracon steps. Lacerating a little bit to give some more move speed. Flash, shockwave on 3. But again, the damage not that high right now. Herald coming on in. Could battle Herald it. Gonna try and make that one a case. Decides against it. It's all the thought process there. Sped up by the command dissonance, but turret secured. ZDZ survives. And EDG got a little bit on the board. Dest. There was a world where they could come back in. This might be it. Scout not spotted. The far side alteration might just have done it. Unstoppable onslaught to split off Arn, who needs the Valkyrie away. Palkia now in danger. Rooted up, though. Takes quite a lot of damage. Has a lot of his resist shredded by the Atacon. It's down to 2,000 HP. Could end up being a bit of a flip. Solar Flare lands. 3k HP on the Atacon. EDG now in position. We're flipping. Xiaoshu's already down about half his HP. Gets himself a shield with the Roar of the Slayer and the Soul Furnace. Taken by Xiaohao. He gets it. The kill after. is coming on forward. JDG have inted and into guard. Pays Arc of Ruin across 4. Can't get more. I can't. That is a lot of experience. It's a lot of AD. Scout's not going to jump onto Arn. Shuriken flip lands, but Xiao Hao was waiting! Oops. They'll pick up a turret, and that will help as well. Now got more turrets than JDG do. I will also note that goal, not including Atakan amping them by about 25%. Harold rightly calls out that JDG's gold lead is entirely on Pays, who has got a mortal shield bow, I think possibly quite wisely at this point. He needs to stay alive. A little lower damage than an Infinity Edge. But it's a Chovy school of thought from ahead, build defensive. Gonna try and get the redemption heal as Pays just about survives. Immortal shield bow value is huge! Ori gets Akali. It's a 2 for 1. Xiaoshu now potentially in danger. Pays healing up off the wave a little. They've still got Arn, still got Palkia, still got Angel to work with. Xiaoshu chunk low. Teleport available back on in. And now EDG are on the wrong side of the rift. Shun can look to go forwards. Oriana threatening with a ball, but no shockwave. So flash on forward from Shun with the Shield of Daybreak. Pays eats an auto. Hayes, a risk, Arc of Judgment, slow! Forced to flash, heal. Grand Starfall, Blast Cone available, but I think it's still going to be a dead Palkia. Gets a shield, but little else. Frost Bomb, Blast Cone over themselves. Now EDG just overstay too long. Can't get out on the Blast Cone. Reset from Shun into Grand Starfall. And they lose an extra few members. In the moment, it looks like EDG might be coming back into it. No, they're not. Back to life we go. Baron's a possibility. Soul point for JDG. Stabilizing after the fumble around Atakan. Still. Solar Flare buffered through well. TP behind. They know it's coming now. Decimating Smash. Public Execution is forcing Scout to flash away from it. Does though. Hook onto Jewel. Tanking it up with the Eclipse, but not for long. Oh my days. EDC beginning to hurt now. He's got a Death Dance himself now. Pays trapped in the pit here. We'll need to... Untargetable Shadow over the wall. Xiaoshu pulled back off the Blast Cone, by the way. So now he's trapped here between every member of EDG. Shuriken flip lands on the Xiao Hao, but it's not going to be taken by Scout. Xiaoshu flashes out to safety, but he's put back again with Palkia's Dredge Line. And they get the kill on the Scion. Pays trying to shove through mid. Needs to be a bit careful here. Got a flash. Probably worth still. Means he won't have that up when Dragon Fight's occurring. Angel just about curls it. Zon uses the Solar Flare. Will need to flash out. Does so. Can potentially threaten with a Shockwave. Cataclysm combo. Paced out to half. Gets himself a barrier and an Immortal Shield Bomb for Public Execution. ZDZ finds Yunara. And the only thing being transcended is EDG's hopes in this game. Oh, it's glorious. They thought they had Angel. And the Cataclysm, the Shockwave alley-oops them all. Pays could do no more to survive there. His first death of the game. And it's going to lead to Baron to EDG, who was maligned as mid-table. That's the ult you're after. Threaten the backline, so Pays got a bit more time to do something. The LPL still do. 4th item Infinity Edge is nasty. The moment she gets something lifestealy, like, Yunara is a hyper carry. She's just a short range one. Mid XP. Yeah, well, that's Roa and 49 petals. 3 level top, 1 in the jungle. That is the power of 49 petals in a Roa. I don't even think Scouts played a particularly poor game. Base now broken. On stepping in. Hook goes wide. JDG, Scout does actually land a really good shuriken flip back away. ZDZ, low down, we've got the death stand, so some of that HP will keep ticking. Arc of Ruin comes on now, Shockwave on 2, into Xiaohao. Flash out from Xiaoshu, who will likely burn out, not quite. Scout's trying in the backline. Arc of Ruin into the shuriken flip, perfect execution. Untraded for Scout. Palki is dead as well. The minions. EDG can play a slower game. Xiaohao goes flagging a dragon forwards, gets jumped on. Armball Valkyrie in onto Shun, who gets the Aegis Assault down. ZDZ looking to get onto Scout and Xiaoshu. Flash away from Jaw. Palki with the ghost when he went looking for a dredge line. Flash from Shun, flash from Jaw. To Baron we go. Shun healing. Those camps. Dredge line to Xiaoshu. Jaw stepping on, and he's pretty damn tanky at this point. And again, standoff in the river. Decimating smash goes wide, jumping onto the Scion, who's just not very tanky. To all of the onslaught of damage, Jaw goes down. Redemptions come flying, and they lose the Leona. On! We're Valkyrieing to go and join Odin. Lost Sis out, who picks him up. Perfect execution out. All the while on the other side, GA down. Xiaohao knocked up, flags and drags out, but a good engage from ZDZ. Shockwave on top of him. Helps get another as they bring down Yunara. GA broken. Xiaoshu needs to be able to stand and fight. Will not be able to as Shun also dies. Xiaoshu is the latter part of his name. Footwear and leather. EDG march into the base. It's a scrappy fight. It's a messy one. Arn sells his life for it. But with only Scout remaining and a depth charge to the head, Scout can do nothing truly to hold on to the remaining Nexus turret. A standard of Demacia will plunge through his skull. And EDG mount the comeback to win game 1.